Hello, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow program. Thank you for growing with me, kings and queens. Thank you for growing on today and every day. You know, I don't know where you are, but it's this stuff that comes from the sky, and it is so aggravating. It comes in the wintertime. It's aggravating. It's pretty when it comes down, but it's aggravating as it's coming down. But once it lands, it all comes together to make something really, really beautiful, like the Grow movement. I want you to listen to something. Dear African people, my kings and queens, 400 years to now, the freedom fighters before me were protected within an inner circle. Their missions ended, but remember, the torch kept passing on. We wondered who would be after Dr. King. Who could possibly bring the people together after him? There are many faces of the civil rights movement. Civil rights, and now on to genuine equality. Mine will be the last one you see. They didn't have the capability to access millions around the world on a podcast like I do. By the time the evil is aware, it will be too late. We will have risen by then to take our royal, not inferior, position in this world. African spirituality, the African queen, has come for her people. It has all came full circle. So we know what we have to do. We have to keep growing. We have to keep growing because love drives out hate. We have to use love. You won't save your marriage? You have to use love. Love drives out hate. See, what done happen is it's a spiritual warfare that done came inside your marriage. It's what the church, the church is right about this. It's a spiritual warfare that we dealing with. It is, but the spirits jump off in people. The evil spirits, they jump off in people, make people act a certain kind of way. And then the next thing you know, they gone. The person and just, the evil and just took them there. The evil and took over a lot of folks. And then next thing you know, once they caught up and they in it and they done it, like they on death row or wherever they at, in prison or gone. The evil will take you out. It will. It'll take your mind. That's why the drugs are driven by evil. To take over. To keep you oppressed and keep you under and keep you going through. They talking on the news, saying about George Floyd. Saying that he would have died, with them drugs in the system and all this and that. This going on. But I'm gonna tell you something. He would have lived had he not had a knee pressed to his neck. It don't matter what he had in the system. See, I knew they were gonna do that. They gonna throw all of that at that man. The man gone. They gonna throw everything at him. But the point is, he would have lived without a knee to his neck. He would have made it. That George Floyd was murdered. Just like Joe Biden said, George Floyd was murdered. So Tucker Carlson, you going on with that. Trying to clean up, after whatever. You going on with that. George Floyd was murdered on live TV. On live TV for all us to see. Now, had that been somebody that, looked like Tucker Carlson, he'd be saying something different. He wouldn't be saying that. It'd be different. We know that. So, see, that's what we own to, is genuine equality. We got to have genuine equality. The Klan got to be rooted out the police department. That's where they at. They rooted down in the police. I'm tell you something. Listen to this. The evil ran up in the Capitol building. Some of them was police officers. Some of them was military folk who stood up and said, I got an oath to this Constitution. So you got the evil running through the people who think they supreme over somebody and running up in the Capitol building. That's what I'm saying. People are driven by evil. They are driven by evil, honey. That's why you got to use love. No, it's hard. It's hard to turn around and throw love back on somebody who throws some hate on you. That's hard. I know. Trust me, I know. It is. But it works. It really does. It really does work. Dr. King was right. He had a message he trying to get out, but he was limited as how to get it out. He can get it out he had to go to this city. He had to go over here to that city. Then he had to go to that state. He had to travel here. He had to duck and dodge the evil. All alone, because they was out. They were chasing him, honey. Hoover had it out for him. Yeah, that evil man. Ooh, that was an evil man, that FBI man. He was evil. He was out for Dr. King, honey. He was hot on his heels. He was. And to this day, everybody got their opinion. But I will tell you this. I truly, truly believe he's behind the assassination of Dr. King. But they ain't going to be behind the assassination of his character. I'm not going to allow that. We are not going to listen and read anything that anybody got to say about Dr. King, and let me know. Send me an email. I want to know the first publication that come out so I can start boycotting that newspaper. Whoever decide to put out something about a person, no matter what, we are all human. We all fall short of God's glory. It don't matter what happened. That was between Dr. King and God. Just like your stuff is between you and God. You don't want your stuff spread out, whatever happened in your past, because look here. Your past, I told you about this. Your past is what helped create who you are today. So see, they throw stuff at me all day long about, well, Jack, you used to do, my husband used to do that. When he couldn't argue with me about nothing no more, he started reaching to the past, because see, I stopped arguing with him. The ancestors showed me to throw love. Love on, just ignore him. Don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. So then when I didn't do anything, did everything I supposed to be doing over there. Then he had nothing else. So he had to reach to the past and grab some old and say, well, you don't do it now, but you used to do. Now, who want to live around something like that every day? You can't have no kind of peace and joy. Every time somebody come along, here they come. You got a great big smile on your face, but they walking up to you with a frown, ready to drag something out. That is driven by evil. And see, that right there, that let you know. See, that's what the ancestors had to show me. They let me know that he wasn't worth it, honey. If he gonna keep on dragging up some old stuff, let you know that he trying to make himself look good. That's narcissistic behavior. And you really need to identify that, because look, had it not been for God, I don't know how I would have made it out of this one right here, because this right here took me through, because I put my all in. I put everything in it, but God showed me that, a person can be driven by evil, and evil is not racist. You need to realize that too. It just ain't all in one race. Evil is not race. That's why we growing everywhere. That's why we have, you have good friends, who are different races, and bad friends who are different, whatever, you see what I'm saying? But evil is not racist. That's what we need to realize, is that the evil is not racist. Evil is a spiritual warfare, good versus evil. But see, we got to let the good take over. That's what we got to do. Allow the good to take over. Well, how you allow the good to take over? The good don't do nothing. Exactly. Stop doing you. You don't do anything. You don't go do that like you used to do. However you used to plot and think and act. Don't do that no more. See what you do. Like I told you, I don't get on my knees. I don't get up and down on my knees like that. I sit down, or I stand, in the window and sit and quiet and positive meditation, waiting to hear a message from the Lord, and see, this is what they told me about my daughter. They said, she choose to listen to the bad voice. She choose to do what she want to do. But I know that she is smart as a whip. And, but see, that's what it is. It's a spiritual warfare. It's not your people. It's a spiritual warfare that's through them. They really are a loving person, really got love on their heart, unless they're a tormented soul. We got some of them here. And you will recognize those, just like I did. You will recognize a tormented soul. I'm telling you. And as we go on this journey, I don't, just like you, I'm learning. I was looking at a picture of myself about months ago, back in September, really before the growth movement got started. Actually, growth movement really got started in August. It had to been around July, August. This picture was very, very dark of me. I was really going through with those demons. Had no idea that I would be where I am today, talking to millions, of people, around the world, talking to folks, around the world, everywhere. And to overcome oppression, and I'm going through over there. But the Lord brought me out. I see the light. See, evil don't like the dark. Evil love the dark. Evil don't like the dark. The light drives out the dark. Love drives out the hate. We got to drive these things out. We got to keep on driving. Got to just keep throwing love. Because see, once you throw love on them, they going to turn around and go sit down somewhere or throw some love back on you. Because they ain't going to want to clown by themselves. They ain't going to want to clown by themselves. And see, so people, what we got to start doing is begin to focus on the positive. Remove that world star and that TikTok foolishness out of your life. If it's something that you really need to see, the Lord will show it to you. He'll let you see it. He'll reveal it to you and let you see. You need to remove them soap operas and chaos and drama, because that adds to the foolishness that goes on in your life. It adds to that drama. And next thing you know, that be manifesting in your life. See, that's what it said. The tongue, the tongue speaks life and death. This stuff manifests. It really does. These scary movies and all this foolishness, soap opera drama. I told you about, what happened in my first marriage and me and Jerry Springer. I'm sitting up watching Jerry Springer. My husband didn't want me looking at Jerry Springer. My first husband, he didn't want me looking at that. But I look at it when he went to work and the baby would tell on me. He would start talking. He started talking, saying Jerry. That was like the first word he said was Jerry. Because I was watching Jerry Springer. And he's hollering Jerry. My husband come home. What he saying? I don't know. He ain't saying nothing. Try to make the baby, get a baby a bottle. Be quiet. I'm telling you. And next thing you know, me and my husband divorcing, honey. Some just chaos, all kind of drama. I'm arguing with him, acting a fool. Didn't know how to be quiet then, really didn't. And the lady across the street, I would go over there and tell her oh my gosh, wow, this wisdom. The lady across the street, she was the first person that told me. I went over there and telling her all what's going on. This elderly African woman, Miss Gloria, beautiful woman, beautiful spirit, would tell me. After I went over there, I didn't go no more after this. I went over there and I told her what he was doing and all this and that and he this and he that. And I went on and on and on about him, which he really wasn't doing nothing. It was me running my mouth like I do now, but for good. And so when I got done telling her what all he was doing and all this and that, she said, looked at me and said, honey, sometimes you just got to know when to be quiet. And I said, be quiet? And I ain't go back over there and tell her nothing else, But see, now I know, just like the ancestors revealed to me, leave him alone. Go off somewhere and do something positive. Go meditate on something positive. Go do something positive. But see, he kept throwing up some old stuff. So see, that goes to show you, that there's a spirit there. There's a spiritual warfare that you're dealing with. And you either going to keep on dealing with it or you're going to make a move, and grow. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. That's what we're going to do, people. We're going to do this all over the world. We are getting ready to grow and rise. The movement is moving. The Underground Railroad, the train is headed to different destinations. It's upcoming. Ain't no telling where I might be. Ain't no telling where I might show up. Because look, I got to spread the love. Not only on the airways, but in physical. I want love. I want us to be building in the community. I want us to rise from oppression. I want us African people walk around. We don't even have a smile on our face no more. We really don't. We never really did have nothing to smile about. America wasn't never great for us. So it's going to be though. It's not, it is what it is. It's going to be better. It's going to be better. We don't have to be like a ship lost in uncharted waters anymore. After Dr. King left, we just was lost. A lost people. Really, really lost. But there is hope. You know, just like the butterfly, it's unloved and unwanted. When it first started out, don't nobody want the butterfly. But then the butterfly blossoms into something beautiful. And everybody want to see it. Everybody want to be around it then. They want to be around the butterfly. Once it blossoms into something beautiful. But guess what? It flies away. So we growing. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. All these butterflies gonna fly away. We gonna fly away to greatness. Destination up ahead, greatness, genuine equality. Let's rise, kings and queens.